Welcome. Welcome to the Expression Podcast, hosted by Danny Lamb School of Music, creating an inclusive space where the voices, stories, songs, and artistic journey of our students from past to present take center stage and come alive to inspire courage, ignite dreams, and empower people to be the best that they can be through the transformative power of music and expression. Join us. All right, and welcome back to the Expression Podcast. This is episode number 2 officially with a friend of mine who has a little bit of an alias and the name that he goes by, Matt Chambers, aka
Maddie C.
Maddie C. What, I've never actually asked you before. What do you prefer people call you?
Most people just call me Matt.
Yeah.
People like my friends, they call me Maddie C.
Cool. So you don't really have a preference?
I don't really need a preference. They
Okay.
they can just call me whatever.
Okay, cool. Love it. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Good.
Thank you for
Good.
asking.
What's new and exciting?
What's new and exciting? Let's see. What's new and exciting?
Let's start with last night. What did you do last night?
So what did I do last night? Well, I was out with a friend of mine,
Yes. Nice.
and we were out in Niagara Falls, just going around Clifton Hill. We just went to the arcade
Brilliant.
and yeah.
What is your? I live a 7-minute walk away from Clifton Hill, and I love just me and my buddy Nick, who owns the thrift store, Evergreen Thrift Store. Shout out to Evergreen Thrift Store, great thrift store. That's not a paid advertisement or plug or anything, but shout out. We go for walks like down Clifton Hill, probably like 6 times a week, and I love going down Clifton Hill. What's your favorite thing on Clifton Hill? Do you have a favorite?
That's a tough question. But if I was gonna choose one in particular, I mean, I do really like the rides.
Nice.
And the Skywheel. The
Yes.
Skywheel is amazing.
Have you been on it?
I've been on it for lots of times
Cool.
at an early young age. And today as well. So it's amazing to be It's amazing to be living in a area where there's more popularity.
Yes. That's one thing that I don't have too many fears, but I cannot stand heights. I have a massive fear of heights.
Yeah.
A massive fear. What are you? You're not afraid of heights, are you?
Not really.
No.
Even if I'm even if I'm on a ride that's like a drop tower, like if it's that tall.
Yeah. Man, oh man. Well, Maddie, I'm super stoked to be able to sit down with you, as I do every week in a music lesson, but specifically today to sit down with you on the podcast and chat about a whole lot of different stuff. But let's start with the music itself.
Okay.
Let's start with the music itself. Can you tell us musically, instrument-wise, what do you play? What do you do?
I do sing and play the guitar at the same time. That's what I mostly do. Yeah. But like I can also play the keyboard, but not as much. But I do it for like when I record.
Yes. And you've been getting into that a lot more, haven't you?
A little bit.
Recording yourself.
A little bit.
What's been the coolest thing about recording yourself so far?
The nice thing about recording, speaking of keyboards, right?
Yeah.
The nice thing about using the keyboard is you can use anything with it.
Yes.
Like you can use a drum. You could use a drum machine.
Yeah.
And you can use different synthesizer sounds and stuff.
Yes.
There's so many things you could do with a keyboard.
Heck yeah. I love that you've discovered that. I know for me, it took me a long time to discover how relevant and important. I think similar to you, when I was young, younger, because we're both still young here. Let's be real, right? We're both still young here. But when I was younger,
I'm 21, so.
And I'm 27.
Actually, you're 30.
No, Maddie, you can't tell people that.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Anyways, we'll cut that off.
No, It's okay. I'm high five. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. Yes, I'm 30. I'm 30. I'm 30 years old. For everyone to know, I am 30 years old. 30 plus 8. Anyways, cat's out of the bag. How old I am. All I wanted to do, I think, similar to you when I was younger, was play the guitar. And my mom put me in piano lessons, and I was like, oh my God, Mom, like that's not cool. I want to.
Yeah.
How wrong I was though, because piano is so fundamentally important.
Yeah.
It's almost like a key to understanding so many different areas of music, and you're figuring that out through the lens of production, because you can produce so much from the keyboard, and it takes a level of understanding the keyboard to be able to do that, right?
Yeah, I do remember when I was taking piano lessons.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't really that great with the piano until like right now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
Dude, that's the cool thing about, I think anyways, one of the cool things about music, because I wasn't really great at producing music until the pandemic happened, and I couldn't go into a studio to record myself. So I thought, okay, I want to be, at the end of the pandemic, I want to be stronger than I was before the pandemic. So I started to empower myself to learn new things that I didn't yet know how to do.
Yeah.
Which is so cool. And it doesn't matter what age. That's one of my favorite things about music, is it really doesn't matter how long you've been doing it or what age you are. There's always something to teach.
Yeah.
And there's always something to learn, which I think is the coolest thing.
Speaking of, if you want to continue with that question and answer,
please. Yeah.
I've talked about. I've never played an instrument until. Well, I did play a little bit at the early age when I was taking music lessons, like piano, like I said before.
Yeah.
When I was 13, I was starting high school at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember going to music class.
Yeah.
And I started out playing this snare drum.
Yeah.
And then later on I started and then later on I played what do you call it, the mallets? It's that large xylophone thing. I don't even know what it's called.
Yeah, I think.
But I can call it the giant xylophone.
Yes.
So and it's similar to a keyboard.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the cool thing about, because I didn't know the key notes, like the key, I don't know, like the structures of, like principles of the notes.
Yeah.
I didn't really know, like, let's say, for example, G minor, E major, or D, I guess. I didn't really know all this stuff. So the one power I had is I had to, like, figure out what note I'm hearing in the song. So let's say, as an example, let's say Jurassic Park. That was like my first.
Yeah.
That was like my first ear training song that I had to learn just through ear.
Yes.
So this is one of my first experience learning how to ear train by myself.
Yes.
At that age.
Yes.
So.
Dude, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. That's a great story. Really great. And you do have, I can testify that you do have a great ear. You're really good at hearing things.
It's amazing because my teacher was impressed that I have pretty good ear training.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, it's crazy that no one has ever done that. I mean, I don't see a lot of like people my age do all this stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But it's a great superpower to have.
Heck yes. Heck yes. Can I ask you a question that I didn't include in the original questions?
Yeah.
So I want to dive a little bit into some of that and unpack some more of that because there's another really great story about you that I love, and I think it speaks to the resilience of Matt Chambers, the resilience of Maddie C, and it speaks to the power of music in people, community, and the world. And you were singing before you were speaking, yes?
I was singing. I sang before I speak. That is pretty much correct. But I remember when I was younger, when I was diagnosed with autism.
Yeah.
It was at the age of 3.
Yes.
And I didn't really have as much words at the time. But as I got older, I did develop a lot of speech, but not quite. I had like about like 20 words or 30 words at the time.
Yeah.
And it was hard to find. It was hard to like find sentences
Yeah.
in like different situations that I've gone through. So, but later on, as I developed, I kind of got a little more. I kind of got a little more better on my speech.
You absolutely. Look at us here right now.
Yeah.
Look at us. I'm throwing random questions at you, and you're answering them flawlessly and so beautifully and poetically. So yeah, I'd say you've absolutely improved and become this very articulate man, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. I love that. Maddie, through your story, living with autism, singing before you were speaking, gradually developing words and vocabulary, I think it's the coolest thing because I've come into your life at a certain chapter, and it's so cool to now hear about all of these things that you've grown up in and around, how far you've come, where you're at now, and where you'll continue to grow into. And to see you here now as a person that doesn't just have like a lot of words in your ability to articulate yourself, but you're now writing songs and putting songs together. Can I ask you, what's your favorite thing about being in music?
My favorite thing is just collaborating with people. Cool. Songwriting. What else?
Cool. Yeah, I mean that's why people and collaborating. Why do you like people and collaborating?
The nice thing about collaboration is like, let's say you're in the band.
Yeah.
I really love like collaborating with people. Like, we get together. Yeah. We play like a few songs in rehearsal. Yeah. And we go from there.
Cool. I love that. Now, on the topic of songwriting, because it's something you do a lot of and you continue to explore and dive deeper into, can you tell us about some of your original music?
Yeah. I started writing music at the age of 16. Yeah. It was during the pandemic. Yeah. Most likely. Yeah. And I've written this EP called Emotions, and there's 5 songs in it. Yeah. And one of my favorite songs from the album is called Company, which reflects to kind of like being so alone, like how my brain developed, my autistic brain, how it all developed, kind of realizing that I'm just kind of felt alone in grade school. I never had as much friends. And it was hard to be socializing. But that's Company. I can talk about The World We Live In, which I released last year. And The World We Live In kind of reflects to, I remember I was almost graduating high school. Yeah, something like that. And I remember there were some kind of situations going on with homophobic slurs against the LGBTQ community. And as an ally, I realized that they're being really hurtful. Like, it's just sad to hear, and it's just scary. And then all of a sudden, I saw a picture on social media of a homophobic graffiti on the high school doors, like at the front main entrance. And all of a sudden it kind of went all over the news. And then realizing that, like, later on, when I wrote the song "World We Live In," I thought I just thought I could add to some meaning along with that, along with the situation that I kind of encountered.
Yeah. And you're wearing it loud and proud today.
Yeah.
I love it. The world we live in. The world we live in. I love
The
it.
world we live in, yeah. This is what I'm reading. That's what I am reading right now.
So good.
If you want to go check it out,
where can people stream it? We'll include the song in the liner notes of
yeah.
of the episode as well. Where can people find the actual song and stuff?
Not sure if you can. Are you gonna link the song in bio?
Yeah.
So if you want to go check it out, Danny will link it out below in the bio, I guess.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
Down in the description.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud.
Heck yeah.
List goes on and on.
Heck yeah. Oh, love it. Dude, so good. What does it feel like when you get to stand in front of a room of people and share a part of yourself, whether it be a song or a cover song? What does it feel like when you get to stand in front of a room full of people and put yourself out there?
At the very first, I get a little nervous.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Pretty common.
Yeah.
The nice thing about the audience is one thing I've learned about years ago, like a few years ago, I remember when I first got on stage, I was 15 years old. Yeah. And that was like my first concert.
Yeah.
Through this music academy in some kind of like music school. Mm-hmm. And I remember I kind of remember learning from it is just get yourself out there. Yeah. And the audience members, I mean, they won't really notice it at all. No. Which I've kind of learned from.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Man, that's incredible. And you continue. You gig everywhere now. Can you tell us a little bit about where you're performing a lot right now?
Right now I'm playing at retirement homes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a bonus.
Yes. Heck yes. Yes.
And the nice thing about retirement homes is you just gotta make the elderly people happy.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about retirement homes is it pays the bills.
Yeah. It does. It does, doesn't it?
It does.
It does. And I think if I could just add to that, it's a pretty cool thing when you get to not only pay the bills but and have a positive impact at the same time. Which is the coolest thing. It's in large part why Danny Lamb School of Music was created. How can I pay the bills and continue to have the impact that I want to have in my life, people's lives, our community, and the world?
Yeah. The nice thing
it's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, I do really enjoy playing there.
Yeah.
And I really love the songs, like how the elderly people used to love back in their days, like their teenager days, like in high school days.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
The nice thing that's the one achievement that I've learned.
Yeah.
You know, just learn a lot of like oldies but goodies from the 50s, 60s, 40s.
Heck yes. Can I ask on that topic, oldie and goodie, what's your I know it's a very big question, very loaded question. I don't even know if I can answer this question, but what's your favorite oldie but a goodie to sing and play?
Oh boy.
Of the songs you do, what's your favorite?
If I were gonna pick one, I guess I could say I can say some Elvis songs.
Nice.
I do really like playing Can't Help Falling in Love.
Okay, cool.
What's another good song from those generations? I'm gonna say what's that song from the Beatles? I'm just thinking of that one song from the Beatles. I really love singing.
You do
Come Together. I haven't sung Come Together yet.
Okay. You do Let It Be.
I do Let It Be. Yeah. I say Let It Be, Come Together, Can't Help Falling in Love.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess.
what has been in your experience in singing and playing for folks? What's been the song that they really love the most? That they engage with the most? They sing with you the most? They really get into it?
Usually like when I get out there on stage and sing,
Yeah.
usually I hear the audience members in retirement homes sing a lot.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing. That's the most beautiful thing on stage is you get the audience singing back to you.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
it's emotion. It can be very emotional, like emotionally happy.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
that's the beauty of music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know,
Yeah.
I just really love hearing these people sing back to me. So one of my favorite songs, I guess, from the audience singing is "I'm Gonna Say Teenager in Love"
Nice.
by Dion and the Belmets.
Nice. Nice.
And
Cool.
that song kind of gets their attention,
Yes.
like really good.
Yes.
So,
Oh, Maddie, I love it. I love it. I love
yeah.
it.
How am I doing, Mom?
Okay. Maddie, on the topic of music.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, first of all, can I just say, again, just to kind of come back to where you've come from in terms of growing up, me coming into your life at a certain chapter in your life, having not experienced any of your previous life, it's so cool to hear the stories about where you've come from, where you're at now, and it gets me so excited for you to see where you'll continue to go.
Yeah.
Through the lens of independence, through the lens of collaboration, how those things intertwine, because they absolutely do intertwine. I'm somebody that's always struggled asking for help. I'm fiercely independent. And for me, a learning over the years, especially in figuring out how do I continue to grow my impact as a business, as a person, for me, something that I've had to learn is how to ask for help. When you've gotten to your ceiling, you've gotten kind of as far as you can go on your own, how do I now ask for help to take it to that next level? And that's not easy for me to do. So I think it's so cool that you love that collaboration. You're also in this part of your life where you are seeking independence and you're moving towards independence. And I think it's really cool that you'll continue to navigate the intersect. So how those two things aren't separate, but they intersect in terms of independence and collaboration and navigating both of them simultaneously. Does that make sense?
I guess so.
It's okay if it doesn't make sense.
I mean, I do agree with what you're saying, though.
Okay. I think, anyways, I think it's just interesting. And I'm grateful to be a part of this journey of yours. It's so incredibly cool.
Thank you.
Can I ask you, as a songwriter, as a musician, as a person that continues to push your own narrative further, why does it matter to you to use music in a way that lifts other people up, whether it be an ally to the LGBTQ plus community, or the autism community, or the disability community at large? Why does it matter to you?
It does really matter. Well, because there's a whole world of situations with politics, you name it, against the disability community and the LGBTQ community. You know, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. But the nice thing about music is, I mean, it saves their lives. You know?
Snaps to that. Snaps. It does. It does. It does. It does.
So
It does. It does. Did it save your life?
it really did save my life. Yeah. I remember.
Can I ask why? Why did it save your life?
Why did it save my life?
Yeah.
I mean, can I talk about like when I was younger? Cause I know that's when I started getting to music.
Yeah.
Probably like from like when I was like a toddler, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably like when I first heard this music.
Yeah.
So when I was younger, I was like a toddler, probably at the time.
Yeah.
I remember I was just I would think I was learning. I think I learned how to walk at the time.
Yeah.
I remember hearing, and I remember seeing my dad. He was playing his electric guitar, and I heard him play a lot of like Metallica stuff, and I was like, "What are you playing?" And it kind of almost sounds like the songs that I heard him play in the car. You know, it kind of has that cool metal tone to it, which is cool.
That's where the metalhead in you comes from.
Yeah,
Is it?
my dad used to be a metalhead at the time. He used to love Slayer, Iron Maiden, Metallica. List goes on and on. Cause you know, that's how music kind of saved my life.
Thank you for sharing that. That's a really cool story.
Yeah.
And I know a lot about you, but there are things that I still continue to learn, and I didn't know that. So that's really, really cool. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Absolutely love that. And I said to you before that I wouldn't have gone this direction if you weren't wearing that hat. Change the Perception, A Song of City. A friend of ours, Paul Gantley in Ireland, wrote this beautiful song. He lives in Spina Bifida, and he asked me if I could sing it and produce it. And I said, Paul, listen, I like the song. I love the message. It's so human. I love it. Let's figure this out. Yes. Can I invite some friends, students and friends, past and present, and to sing on it with us? And so Maddie C, you came in and you sang, as well as a number of different singers from the Danny Lamb School of Music community, to sing on this Change the Perception. And can I ask, Change the Perception. First of all, what does Change the Perception mean to you? What does that idea mean?
Change the perception. Oh, what it kind of basically means to me, because there's a lot of situations with people with non-physical disabilities, like autism as an example, or maybe there could be Down syndrome too.
Yeah.
Or maybe other disabilities that kind of related to, there's like situations with there's a lot of situations going on with that type of community right now.
Yeah.
And the one thing I would change is because when I was younger, I've gone through so much troubles back in grade school, like elementary. I remember I thought I was being a bad person, trying to rule the whole school. And the one thing that the staff members, the teachers, EAs, the one thing that scares them is that I would be like screaming and just right. They were kind of like not really related to. They're not really super open-minded to people like me. Yeah. So that's why they're really scared. Yeah. That, because when I was younger, I remember the one in particular memory I kind of remember, but I didn't really understand it at the time until years later, like right now. It kind of all makes sense to me. Is, one of the teachers I had was staring at me like an eagle. Yeah. And like kind of like really scared that I was gonna like throw a fit, like fight and flight mode. Yeah. And in my perspective, I wasn't going to do it, but I mean, turns out I kind of did it on purpose, because even though it kind of got me, even though when they kind of tried to take me out of the air, when they tried to take me out of this classroom, I kind of throw a fit, and I kind of felt so alone. I kind of felt so alone. I've wanted to make friends at the time, and all of a sudden, all of a sudden they didn't really want me in the classroom. That's what their thoughts were. Don't you agree, Mom?
We're gonna have Mrs. Chambers on.
That's my mom.
At some point as well, and I've said this to Matt's mom before. I can only imagine for your mom how cool it is to see you developing into this independent person. But I can only imagine how hard it is as well through a parental perspective.
Yeah.
Because she's been there for you since you
Yeah.
were a kid, and
Yeah.
you've been her purpose
Yeah.
since you were a kid. So I can only imagine how hard it is for a parent to start to go, you don't need me anymore, kid. You got it. And so I think it's really interesting to reflect on both perspectives in terms of Maddie, the independent person, but also as a dude who lives with hydrocephalus, and my parents would tell you. My dad went to the chapel when I went into brain surgery for the first time because he didn't know where else to go, and their big question was, what does this mean for the life of our child? What is this gonna? And for a parent, I can only imagine how hard.
Speaking of my own life too, since you mentioned about your parents.
Yeah.
Since I had those troubles and I thought I was being bad, like I said before.
Yeah.
I remember. Well, I didn't really know at the time until years later when I became an adult.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that my mom was telling me all this stuff that she's kind of saw on me with the school. So after all the conversations that my mom had with me, all of a sudden, all the stories that I've gone through, I think it kind of all makes sense to me. And I kind of realized it was kind of a traumatization with the school board. The one thing that would change is the perception is the school boards to make it kind of like they need to be like open-minded to people with physical or non-physical disabilities. People in general too.
Yeah. You know what I love about the on that same note, Maddie. One of the things I love about the world today, and I'd love to. You know me. I'm a shameless idealist and optimist, and I think with all the knowledge and new understanding and more constant awareness and education, I think teachers are more and more becoming more aware of new strategies, new ways, new things to be able to understand how to work with somebody who lives with autism, how to work with somebody who learns differently, how to work with somebody who doesn't fit the traditional lens of education. And I mean, I was that kid in school as well. That just I didn't learn in a traditional way. And of course, we have much different stories, you and I. But I'd love to believe that more and more teachers are becoming more aware of how to work with somebody in a way that is equitable to you and empowering to you and just and all of these things. So I want to see that perception continue to be changed as well through an educational lens and through the way in which I often believe good teachers are set up for success. Because too often I think good teachers are bogged down by a system that was never meant to benefit everybody. Oftentimes it's those good teachers that get lost in the shuffle of it all. And I am hopeful that good teachers continue to be empowered to not misunderstand somebody who lives with autism.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. As I said,
does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. But as I said before, like you know, as a person with autism, I mean, like when I had the hard time, I've wanted to be like everybody else.
Yeah.
Like in this classroom. I mean, like I said before, like I've wanted to be like everybody else.
Yeah.
But somehow the staff members and teachers didn't want me and didn't want me to be part of it. As I said before, I repeat myself all the time, but
it's important to.
But it's very important in life.
Yes. There are some things that are absolutely important to continue to repeat and say over and over and over again. And I think changing the perception often requires us to sound like a broken record, which is saying things over and over and over again until people start to listen and not just listen, but hear. Hear what's being said so that we can then start to actually put a plan together to how we change the perception. Maddie, dude, thank you for sharing all of this. And all of you, not just all of this, all of you. And can I ask, just I guess lastly for today, for now, what's next in music for Maddie C? What are you going to continue to do? What's on the horizon?
Let's see. I mean, as I said before, probably I would continue on getting more retirement home gigs.
Yeah.
And you know, continue to build up my business as usual. Maybe, and then the next thing I'll be doing is I'm writing a new song. Actually, I did write a new song already. Yes. It's on the takes already. It's and hopefully we might get it recorded soon.
Heck yeah.
So.
Do you want to name drop that song or no?
It's a surprise.
I love it. Okay, cool. Maddie C, dude, thank you for being the guy that you are. Thank you for being here today on this beautiful Sunday, March.
Yeah.
What's the date today?
Today is
I don't know.
What is it?
10th.
What
is
it?
The date today?
March 8th.
Thank you. March 8th. It's March 8th. It's International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Saw it through I saw that through social media.
Yes. Shout out to our moms. I know you and your mom have an incredible relationship. I know me and my mom have an incredible relationship. My sister-in-law is my beautiful niece, Ophelia. Where would we be without the women in our lives, right?
Yeah. Shout out to my sister Caitlin, because she's like a best friend to me. You know.
Heck yeah.
And my mom as well, like Danny said. Shout out to the women out there in general, just putting yourself out there.
Yes. And that is another topic around changing the perception as well. I think it's appropriate. We're doing this conversation on International Women's Day. I love it. Maddie C, I love you, man. Continue to do what you're doing.
Thank you.
Change the perception and change the world we live in. Do you see what I did there? I included both song
the world we live in.
Oh, I'm going to stick to making music and not try and be a comedian. I'm not much of a comedian. Anyways.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I don't know. We're making it up as we go. I love it.
Handshakes.
So, yes. Thanks, y'all, for listening. Don't hesitate to like, share, subscribe, all the things. Oh, yeah. Party! I forgot it does that. Okay, peace. Bye.